Crostata is one of the most delicious, easiest to make desserts of all time. We're talking 15 minutes prep, 45 minutes in the oven, and we're done. When something isn't selling on the menu in a restaurant, you simply change the name. That's the old joke. For some reason, if the crostata isn't selling, then you call it a galette. Crostata is Italian, galette is French. Boom, these things will be flying out the door. It's an old wise man trick back from my restaurant days. Seriously though, super easy, delicious dessert. Comes together in no time. Homemade pie crust, fresh blueberries, all the goods. Here we go to prep this thing up. Sound good? Let's bake.
I've got some fresh blueberries that are in a colander because we're going to need to rinse them. You can absolutely use frozen blueberries in this recipe if that's all you have. Transfer the colander to the sink, and we're just going to run some cold water over top. Just give them a quick little rinse, and you can absolutely just leave them right there in the sink in the colander. Now in a food processor, and if you don't have one, you can absolutely use a pastry knife in a bowl. We're going to add in some bread flour. You could use all-purpose flour too, no problem. Next, I've got some very cold unsalted butter, and you could sub out half of this for some rendered cold bacon fat as well. Season it with salt. And then next, I've got some ice cold water we're going to set to the side. But first, what we want to do is pulse this on high speed to roughly mince up the cold butter that's in there. Once it is finely minced, we're going to add in that cold water very, very slowly while continuing to pulse. You'll notice that it will start to clump together and form like a meal. The best way that I know when it's done is that I take a little piece out and I give a little squeeze. If it holds shape and squeezes together like this is the exact consistency that you're looking for, and we're good to go. Dust a clean surface with some flour, and then what you want to do is transfer that dough right onto that floured surface, and you can absolutely just press it in a little bit, compact things. What we're looking to do is sort of form a small little disc. At this point, I'm going to take out a rolling pin and I want to roll it. What I want this to be is about 1/8 of an inch thick, or about 16 to 18 inches in diameter. So be patient and roll it out until it gets to this consistency. A really easy trick I learned to transfer dough is by rolling it right around the pin until it's completely rolled up, and then transfer it over to a cookie sheet tray lined with parchment paper. Once you get there, just unroll everything until it's unrolled, and it's okay if it's overlapping the edge of the sheet tray. We're going to place in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. And now for a little bit of egg wash, which is going to help brown up the outside crust of our crostata. I've got a small bowl with 1 egg. We're next going to add in just a little bit of milk, and then using a fork, combine everything together until it is completely scrambled, and again, set it to the side until it's time to use it. Now grab those rinsed blueberries and add them to a large bowl, followed up with sprinkling in some sugar. Next, I'm going to add in some cornstarch to help thicken it. You could use flour here as well if you'd like. And for a little bit of a flavor, first some cinnamon, and then we're going to zest 1/2 lemon using a microplane fine zester. Give it a few knocks to get it in there, and then cut that lemon in half and squeeze the juice out of it. I always like to use my second hand to catch any seeds that might fall in there, just like this. Now very gently, using a rubber spatula, completely fold all of the ingredients together and make sure that it is combined and there are no lumps of cornstarch or sugar in any of it. Now transfer the blueberries right over to our dough in the center of that cookie sheet tray, and very slowly pour the blueberries right to the middle of it. You may have to get a few straggling blueberries and bring them back to the center, but make sure it stays in that position. Now to form the crostata, simply grab one side and fold it over and up to the center. and then overlap the next outside edge right next to it over the top to the center. Then simply repeat this process until the crostata dough has been completely folded up to the center of our blueberries. Grab your egg wash and brush the outside top part of the dough. Again, this will help brown it up very beautifully in the oven. Using turbinado sugar or sugar in the raw, or if you just have plain sugar, that would be fine as well. Sprinkle it all over the top. We're going to the oven and it will bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for in between 40 and 45 minutes. And for the 11th time, why not make some whipped cream to go over top? So in a stand mixer or using hand beaters, add in some heavy whipping cream, sugar, last but not least vanilla. Push the top down on your stand mixer and whip it at high speed for in between 4 and 5 minutes or until stiff peaks are formed. Once it is to this consistency, we're just going to simply set it to the side until it's ready to use in the refrigerator. Let's have a look at our beautiful crostata. It looks and it smells incredible.
It's these fundamental cooking techniques and putting them into practice over and over again. It will refine you. It will make you a better cook, a better baker, you name it. And in return, all of your homemade food from scratch will be so much better. You're never going to want to go out to eat anywhere, and everyone's going to want to come to your house. That's my promise to you. We got a few things to plate up. I'm going to show you how to do it.
You can serve a crostata warmed or cooled. That part is completely up to you. But once you've sliced it, you serve it up on a plate, and then what I recommend doing is get a nice big dollop of that heavy whipping cream and put it right over top. In only 60 minutes from preparation to the time it comes out of the oven, you can make a delicious fresh blueberry crostata just like this.
One of the coolest things about this dessert is how versatile it is. Swap out these blueberries for peaches, for apples, you name it. If you love this and learned something, definitely like and share this video and check out this video right here. I made it just for you. You'll love it. We'll see you on there.